Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are going to discuss the human respiratory system by making a lung model to see how the respiratory system works. So before we proceed with our model, let us discuss first the functions of respiratory system. First is to bring oxygen into our bodies. This is called inhalation. Second is to bring out carbon dioxide from our bodies. This is called exhalation. And just some additional information for everyone here. The exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide is called respiration. So let's proceed with our respiratory system working model. And this is our model as you can see. So our bottle itself, it represents our chest cavity. The straw represents our trachea. The balloons inside represents our lungs, and the balloon under the bottle represents our diaphragm. So let's just proceed with our observations now.
What happens when you inhale when you pull down on the bottom balloon in your model? First, expansion of the thoracic cavity. This means pulling down on the balloon simulates the diaphragm contracting. This action increases the volume of the lungs. Second, pressure changes. As the volume of the thoracic cavity increases, the pressure inside the lungs decreases. According to Boyle's law, which states that pressure and the volume are inversely related if temperature remains constant. Third, airflow in the lungs. Because atmospheric pressure is higher than the pressure inside the lungs, air rushes in through the airways to equalize the pressure. This is what we refer to as inhalation. Next, lung inflation. The balloon represents the lungs, so as air enters, the balloon expands to fill the increased volume. Overall, pulling down on the balloon stimulates inhalation by creating a pressure gradient that allows air to flow in the lungs, demonstrating the mechanics of breathing in a simple and visual way.
What happens when we exhale when you push up on the bottom of the balloon? The balloon represents the lungs, shrink in size as it exhales. This increase in pressure in the balloon forces the air out through the straw and out of the bottle. The process of exhaling is allowing the bottle to get rid of the waste gases and take in fresh oxygen to keep its proper functioning. The exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide occur during this process. So in human body, with oxygen being released into the bloodstream and carbon dioxide being expelled from the body.
Why do some people can inhale more air at one time than others can? So the ability to inhale more air at one time or lung capacity can vary due to several factors. First one is the genetics. Genetics play a significant role in determining the size and efficiency of a person's lung. Some people are naturally endowed with larger lung volumes or more elastic lung tissues. The second one is physical fitness. Athletes and individuals who regularly engage in cardiovascular exercise often have better developed respiratory systems. Their lungs and diaphragms become stronger and more efficient, allowing them to take in more air. Cardiovascular fitness individuals who engage in regular aerobic exercise often have better developed respiratory muscles and more efficient lungs. Physical fitness can improve lung capacity and the efficiency of the respiratory system. The third one is the age. Lung capacity can change with age. Children and young adults generally have higher lung capacity, which can decrease as people grow older due to the natural aging process and the potential decrease in respiratory muscle strength. Fourth one is health condition. Certain health conditions can affect lung capacity. Conditions like asthma, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, and other respiratory disorders can reduce lung capacity and airflow. Respiratory infections or illnesses can temporarily reduce lung capacity by causing inflammation or fluid accumulations in the lungs. The last one is the body size. Larger individuals tend to have larger lung capacities simply because they have more body mass. So this isn't always a direct correlation, but in general, larger bodies have more room for larger lungs. So the variation in how much air people can inhale at one time is a complex interplay of these factors. Overall, lung capacity is influenced by a combination of anatomical, physiological, environmental, and lifestyle factors. Regular exercise, maintaining good respiratory health, and understanding one's own body can help optimize lung function and capacity.
What happens if you punctured your chest cavity? If your lungs could not take in more air without it leaking out, you would not breathe in and out. In result, air would not be forced in and out of the lungs. The last one is the pressure would be the same inside and outside the lungs. Air and waste product would not be forced in out of the lungs.
The primary function of the respiratory system is to facilitate the exchange of gases, which is the oxygen and carbon dioxide. This process involves inhaling oxygen into the body and exhaling carbon dioxide out. The model of the respiratory system, the working model illustrates how the respiratory system functions. When the bottom balloon is pulled down, or the inhalation, it stimulates the expansion of the thoracic cavity, leading to lower pressure, which allows air to flow into the lungs and inflate them. Inhalation process. It is the pulling down of the balloon causes expansion of the thoracic cavity, changes in pressure, and air flowing into the lungs, leading to lung inflation. The exhalation process. Pushing up on the balloon stimulates exhalation. The balloon or the lungs shrinks, increasing internal pressure, which forces air out through the straw or the trachea and out of the bottle or the body. This process helps expel waste gases and refresh the oxygen supply. There are variability in lung capacity. Lung capacity varies due to genetics, which is the influences lung size and function. Second, the physical fitness. Athletes often have better lung capacity. Or the age, lung capacity may decline with age. And next, health conditions. Certain conditions can impair lung function. And last, the body size. Larger individuals may have greater lung capacity. And the impact of chest cavity puncture. Puncturing the chest cavity can disrupt the pressure balance between the lungs and the outside environment. This would prevent the lungs from properly inflating and deflating, or impairing the ability to breathe and manage waste gases.